Today, I will tell you the instructive story of a woodsman who, for 9 days, wandered between life and death in the mountains, filled with faith, patience, and trust in God. Sometimes what tests a person is not the cold of the mountain, not hunger, not loneliness. The real trial begins deep in the heart, a dark cave. For 9 full days in the storm, neither food, nor water, nor a sound. Yet one thing never faded: hope. For whoever trusts in God is never truly alone, even in the heart of the mountains. Sometimes a handful of water, sometimes a piece of stone, sometimes a whisper from the depths of the heart. All of it seems to say, do not give up. Be patient. For the salvation that comes with patience will one day knock on your door. On a cold winter morning, the woodsman Michael prepared to collect wood from the mountain peaks as usual. In his 40s, with a thick beard, he was a strong and determined man, used to the sun and winds of the highlands. I will be gone for 3 days. On the eastern side, the wind has knocked down many trees. There I will find enough wood for a month, he said. His wife warned him with a nod. Watch out for the clouds, Michael. The shepherds say a storm is coming. Michael smiled reassuringly. I know these mountains like the back of my hand. Don't worry. The path was rough and difficult. Winter here was harsh, and snow covered most trails. Michael walked carefully, carrying a leather bag with dry bread and a small flask of water. A gray donkey followed him, helping carry the wood. After hours of walking, he reached a sparse wooded highland. Yet the wind had broken many large branches. They were still suitable to collect. He rested briefly under a large rock, chewing on pieces of dry bread. Looking at the horizon, he felt a heaviness in the air. The wind swirled, clouds didn't move, sounds seemed to gather. He considered returning, but said to himself, I will gather the wood today and return home tomorrow. Staying one night here won't harm. He rolled up his sleeves and began cutting branches and tying bundles. As he grew tired, he rested. The sun set. The wind whistled through the rocks. Michael lit a small fire in the narrow cave entrance between two rocks and wrapped his cloak around himself. Little did he know, what awaited him was not just a cold night. A storm would trap the mountains for 9 days. The first hours in the cave passed slowly. The storm's roar grew louder. Michael tried to light a small fire with some wood, but the wind sneaked in, making the flames grow. The small fire warmed his hands. The donkey shivered in the corner. Michael whispered to it softly, Hold on, my friend. I hope we get out of here soon. Deep inside, a worry lingered. It was not only the storm. Food was scarce. The first day passed by sitting near the fire and dozing intermittently. On the second day, he ventured outside a few times, seeking another shelter, but the snow blocked his way. A white wall of snow stood at the cave entrance. Whenever he tried to dig a path, the storm piled more snow, undoing his efforts. By the third day, hunger began to gnaw at him. Only a few pieces of dry bread remained. He shared half with his donkey. Childhood memories came to his mind, running with his father in the valley, the warmth of fresh bread his mother made. But these memories now only reminded him of a past he could not return to. Michael faced loneliness and hunger while turning his heart to God. He prayed and surrendered, Lord, I rely on your mercy. Do not abandon me. Each day he weakened, but he did not lose hope. By the end of the fourth day, nearly all food was gone. Hunger, cold, and solitude were more intense than ever. Yet his heart remained bound to God. Night passed with dreams and memories intertwining. On the 5th and 6th days, the storm continued. Michael found a few drops of water. He collected them in his hands and drank. It felt like God had sent a small sign. I have not forsaken you. On the 7th day, approaching voices reached the cave. He cautiously stepped outside and saw Thomas from the village. God, you're still here, Thomas cried. Michael replied, I'm not dead yet, but I was on the edge of death. Together they began descending the mountain. The traces of the storm lay scattered, yet the sky was clearer. Along the way, Michael recounted his hardships calmly and without complaint. Thomas listened in awe. I never imagined you could survive so many days alone in the mountains. A few days later, the village priest invited Michael to the church. With his staff in hand, Michael spoke from the pulpit in a deep, calm voice. I returned from death. God never forgets us. Those who endure and trust in Him are never forsaken. The mountains refine us, revealing within us what we did not know we possessed. Michael's story remained a lesson for the village. Those who are patient do not disappear. Those who trust in God are never abandoned.